Welcome to the show.
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
What a bunch of creeps.
Freaking Nate. Such a creep. He's asking what we're wearing. Probably wants to, I wonder what he's wearing right now.
I don't want to know.
I bet.
I'll do the podcast like this.
I bet it's not much at all. He's scaring his wife?
Significant,
wife?
Yeah.
Right?
Wifey.
Gosh. How somebody married you? Come on.
Holy cow.
Anyway, this is the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Chad. You're Chad. I'm Chad. He's Kevin.
That's true.
Nate's confused because we did the costume thing last week. We said we were going to wear them last week because the costumes. That's why he said, "What are you wearing?"
Oh, I thought you were just trying to be creep.
Yeah, that's where I got.
We said we were going to wear costumes?
We did 2 weeks ago, and we did last week. I wore the little things, and I brought the Bennett bag.
I didn't wear crap.
You didn't wear jack squat. This is Candid Athletic Training, and you guys are probably confused if you've never been here before.
Or they're not, because it's exactly what they expected.
Everything.
Two idiots talking into microphones.
Yeah.
And that's why they're athletic trainers. So.
Yeah, it's our show.
This is our show, Candid Athletic Training.
You timed that up nicely with the intro music.
Yeah, it was pretty good, huh? That was the first time and probably the last time that'll ever happen.
I remember my first time.
So,
how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing? I got a little bit of headache.
Oh no,
that's about it. I think my next time. Oh my.
That's why we can't. Have
first
nice
time
things.
he's ever opened a Sprite before.
It's all
we got
my
Sprite?
crotchal region.
It's all wet. He's all wet down there, Nate. Just to let you know. Oh,
that's what I get for having the hard stuff.
We are weak sauce, Nate. Did you dress up in your athletic training room?
Did I know? I didn't.
Know. I bet nobody did.
No,
everybody's party.
We had that on the social media account.
Did we get any good pictures?
No, we got none.
Yeah. See.
So if you dressed up, actually, we had one. They didn't tag us, but I saw one that was, posted a picture of them in costume, and it was good. It was really good. It was Aladdin. Yeah, it was really good. So.
Sure.
Did you have a costume on this weekend?
I did.
What were you?
So it's like a onesie, but it was like a dinosaur, onesie.
You were standing in the dinosaur, but made it look like you were riding the diny?
No. No, like I became the dinosaur through being a onesie.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's an easy one to do. It's comfortable. It's warm. It's not too warm if it is actually a nice day out.
Needed it yesterday. I thought.
Yesterday was chilly. The day we dressed up was Saturday.
Saturday was not bad.
We dressed up and walked around Green Bay, went to some breweries, and other than little kids, we were the only ones dressed up, for sure.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's not true. At the second brewery, which was a great brewery, Badger State Brewing, we saw Ted Lasso and the assistant coach or something.
I saw Ted Lasso on Saturday.
Still have yet to watch that show because I don't have Apple.
I know. I need to do it too. I think we should do it as a fat. People keep telling me it's awesome. We should fat.
I thought you watched a few episodes.
No, I just watched the YouTube video, the 2 YouTube videos prior to it becoming a TV show.
Gotcha.
Which I think the first YouTube video is basically like the whole first season. Kevin from the live stream asked how our candy hangover is. I'm straight up diabetic now. I put my 1-year-old.
I need some now.
I put my 1-year-old to work. We went to 3 Halloweens for the kid. He got his fair share for us. Oh yeah, Kevin Joyce. He tweeted at us. He was debating whether he should go to Culver's.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you should.
You know, before we talk about anything, because I'm just scared that I might forget.
I did not, Nate.
Let's just make sure.
I did not go to the distillery.
Let's make sure we shout out our friends at Healthy Roster, the official sponsors of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. You can find them at www.healthyroster.com. Plain and simple, they're the best EMR out there. That's why we work with them.
Plain and simple.
Yep. That's
But,
it.
Like it's also pretty simple platform to use.
Yep.
And then even if you're an idiot like me, you can just call them up and say, "Hey, I want to do this."
I said, hey.
And they'll walk you through it. It's pretty amazing.
I mean, I had a coworker who's new to our school. He asked how he could do something on the platform. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm sure that's easy. I had never tried it before. And it took me 45 seconds. Somebody that he thought was kicked off his team, but now wasn't kicked off his team, is back. He needed to bring back onto the active roster of Healthy Roster. So I had to unarchive them. And it took me about 30 seconds, but we figured it out. So, you know what? We promised some free stuff.
Free stuff.
Before we get to the free stuff, if you're on the live stream, if you're one of the live stream members of Candid Athletic Training, which you all should be.
Everyone should be.
The first person to give me a number between 1 and 8, please and thank you. We will go with the first response between 1 and 8.
First response between 1 and 8.
All right, and Kevin, you're in charge of that. I'm going to read the reviews that we got this week because we're going to give out some gear. 7 is it is. I have it written down.
Thank you, Abby.
Thank you, Abby. So, funny and entertaining. Nikolide, 5 stars. Love to listen to these two guys say it how it is. They make my commute fly by. Our profession is better off because we have people like Kevin and Chad to help us feel less isolated. Thanks, Candid ATC, for all you do. Keep up the good work.
Oh.
Also, Nick W _9. The Knicks love us.
Nick.
Maybe the New York Knicks love us.
They should.
The Knicks. Getting me through the weeks. 5 star. I've listened to all the podcasts of this show, and if you're an athletic trainer that likes to laugh, look no further. This show has been able to get me through the grind of athletic training and knowing that I'm not alone out there with the challenge of the profession. This podcast also focuses on the strengths of this profession and why we continue to do it. But I would like to warn you that you'll be sure to laugh throughout each episode. I mean, it's Candid Athletic Training.
Candid, baby. So what do we got there?
So I wrote down all the reviews that we got.
Yeah.
Through the
number
month.
5 is
Nope,
number
7.
7.
Saxon ATC. So
Saxon.
if you are Saxon ATC, hit us up on our email, which is candidathletictraining@gmail.com. I'll read Saxon ATC's.
Yeah, read it.
They said, these guys get it. They're witty, honest banter mixed with the off-the-wall questions and discussions make things fun. I can go from laughing at who the best fictional AT would be to getting some solid career personal advice in this podcast. Keep it up, guys. The AT world loves you. That was on October 15th. He did give us 5 stars. He or she, sorry. Saxon ATC.
Saxon. Thanks, Saxon.
So if you
So
email
sexy.
us at Gmail, candidathletictraining@gmail.com, give us, just tell us what you want from the website. Go to our website, check out our shop.
Whoever Saxon is.
If there's something, if there's one piece of gear that you really like, let us know and we'll get it for you.
Yeah.
The Knicks don't even love the Knicks, he says.
That's true, too.
You know what? We have a fun show, but I want to start with something. We don't normally do this a lot because we try and keep it. Oh, I know. It'll be real evident in about 10 seconds here.
All right.
Kevin and I try and keep our personal lives out of the show because we want it to be about the listeners and you and the profession.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna divulge some information, and we're gonna just talk about it because we want you guys to know that Kevin and I
Scaring me.
we're just like all of you listening to this show. We're going through it too. The athletic training profession it's at a crossroads. And we're just being honest. We're honest athletic trainers. We call it like we see it.
Yep.
I put in my notice at my job.
What?
A couple weeks ago. I have a new position. I will be leaving the traditional setting, following the footsteps of my friend Kevin.
Don't follow too close.
I'm not working with Kevin. I've been offered another position, physician extender type role. So we're going to try that out.
Try it out, baby.
And I think it all comes down to what we talked about a long, long time ago. And probably my favorite episode was, what do we call it? Oh damn it! Now I can't even think. Anyways, a long time ago we talked about what's important to you in your work environment. And so I decided I wanted to be home more. So I've had enough of the traditional setting. And since we had our show 2 weeks ago, the salary and why people are leaving the profession, we've had a lot of people reach out to us, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Talking about that particular episode and how we have kind of encapsulated the sights, the sounds, the feelings of being an athletic trainer, and the profession, and just where everyone's at right now. It's a scary time to be an athletic trainer, and that's okay. And to those of you who are in the traditional setting and are enjoying it, kudos to you. Continue to do what you do the best you can.
Yeah.
But don't feel like you have to be there if you don't want to be. I know Kevin enjoys what he does.
I do.
And I'm looking forward to my next challenge. Nate says, I still can't believe you're leaving UWM. End of an era.
It really is.
I have been there since 2007.
And
I actually just told my athletes today.
are you?
I put my notice in a couple weeks ago, but I had to cover the cross country championship race this weekend. I did not want to be a distraction to the athletes. I just went about my business. I told all the athletes today.
Is this your
which
last
was hard.
week?
This is my last week. I have until Friday. Thank you, Kate and Abby. Appreciate it. You know what? There's things I'm going to miss about it for sure. It's the people, it's the camaraderie. That's why we do what we do. I think that's one of the coolest things about this profession is the camaraderie and that bond that you build with athletes.
And it's podcasting.
Yeah, that's why we do the show. But I think for my priorities right now are my family and my hours and being able to be home more. So I think that's the direction that I need to take my career. So I'm going to use my athletic training knowledge as best as I can.
There you go.
So again, not to make it all about us, but we just want you listening to know that we are going through the same shit you're going through.
Yep.
And
that's why we talk about it.
Yeah. And if you want to talk about it, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
And I really can't think of the name of that episode I was thinking of. I just blanked out right there.
2 weeks ago?
No,
weeks
like
ago?
Months ago.
Oh.
Priorities, your priorities, your whatever. That's not the right word. We've talked about it a lot.
I don't
It's
know.
like
Who
my
knows
favorite.
what
It's
I
like my
named it?
favorite episode. And
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyways.
and yeah, we got a lot of response about why are people leaving the profession? What's going on with salaries? What's going on with that? Blah, 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 blah. And we'll keep talking about it. We'll probably, I'm sure, circle back and reiterate a lot of the same things we've been talking about. Because I think it is an important topic to continue to talk about because
it's coming back up.
Because of your experience, what you're doing right now. I mean, from an outsider's perspective, I'm sure you kind of just hit a point where it was like, I'm weighing things back and forth here. And unfortunately, my position as an athletic trainer needs to change. My career needs to change so that the side that weighs a little bit more on me gets a little more loving. And I think that's what is most important. I mean, and then there's people like me who, I mean, I was so far on like the left of like never being home and never being like available to anything that
slept. What's the past tense? Slept.
Ate, slept,
ate?
slept, sleep.
You ate apples and bananas.
Yeah, I mean that. It was really a life change. I would say more than even just a career change or like a job change. So it was slightly different. Almost kind of forced my hand too as well because it was not going from one athletic training profession to another. It was kind of going from traditional athletic training to very, very non-traditional athletic training. Which anybody, if that's listening, please feel free to reach out to us now, right? I mean, you're going through it right now. I'm sure you'd be more than willing to have conversations of why you're making your decision. If somebody wants to have a little guidance in there, or what did you look for in your next job, things like that. Who did you talk to? Same thing with me. If you want to reach out, I'm more than happy to talk about what's going on and why I did what I did, and now why it's really honestly turned out to be a very successful change too. I never thought I would own a clinic in a few years, and here I am owning a clinic, and it's pretty fun. So I think wish you all the best, Chad. I think you're going to do great at whatever the hell you do.
They didn't believe me. They thought I was effing with them for sure. They're like, they were in shock. They're like, it's not April 1st. You're not.
I mean, and
I caught them way off guard.
If I didn't see you every other day, I would have said the same thing. I'm like, no chance Chad's leaving that job. Like, not that you don't deserve to have more time in your life and time to spend with your kid and your wife, but at the same time, the Chad I know loved that job, and I think you still do love what that job represents. But after 14 years, right? 14 years. I mean, I think regardless, I encourage people to always try and improve your situation, right? Mm-hmm. Always try to be looking at what's best for you and your family. And I think
it's the circumstances changed. It's the job itself was fine, but it just didn't fit my needs.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, there is a young athletic trainer or even an older athletic trainer right now that is looking for that job that you are leaving, that wants that job.
Nate just sent me a text of the screenshot of the computer with the position posted of my job. He's like, your job is officially posted.
Oh, man.
It's like, that's good to know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the business side of it too. I think, just touching on that, when you leave a position as an athletic trainer, I think a lot of us go through this little, God, like, are they going to be okay? Right?
100%.
Is my team going to be okay? Are my coworkers going to be okay? Is the school, like, oh my God, what if there's going to be an injury that I could have helped out more? Everybody's going to be okay.
For sure.
There is another athletic trainer that is looking for that job, that wants that job.
Yep.
And it'll all work out. It really, really will. So kudos to you. You did it, man. You're going to have weekends off for the most part.
Nate said, what's the big question? What am I going to do with Saturdays and Sundays off? I'm going to find some Catan tournaments or something.
Nice.
So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, there is a whole lot of discussion there.
So many more escape rooms now.
Oh, we need to do we haven't done one in so long.
Want to get on with the show? Or do you want to keep talking about yourself?
Let's do it.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right, we're back. Where do you... Oh, sacrifices. That was the show. Episode 73 on June 28th, 2020. I had to scroll back. Sacrifices. It was bothering me. It was one of those things where you can't remember something.
Gotta figure it out.
What is important in your life? So what's important right now, Kevin, is you picking where we're going to start this show.
We're going to start right away with friend or foe.
Friend.
That Nate gave us right away when I asked him.
Or foe. Okay.
I think it's going to be an easy one. Pre-rep. Friend or foe?
Oh, we did this early.
I know.
Foe.
Foe.
You don't need it.
You don't need it? Come on, man.
What's it?
What the heck?
How
the heck am I going to
needs
pull my hair back? How am I going to roll it up and make a cheap chopat strap out of it? How am I going to hold boxes or I used to wrap it around one of my Rubbermaid little to-go Tupperware boxes that we used to put stuff in. I would wrap that around to hold it shut while we were traveling because I didn't want to get sticky, How am I going to do that without pre-wrap?
I'll tell you how.
Come on.
Pre-wrap, what year do you think pre-wrap, can you look this up? What year was pre-wrap invented? I bet you at the time, man, I'm going to guess it was 1944. That's just a guess. I wonder if we can find that information.
I'm working on it.
The first pre-wrap. So for a long time, I think it would have been a friend. But right now, there's a product out there that does all of those things. The hair might be a little tough. However, I'm going to give you PowerFlex. Cohesive tape. Not adhesive, cohesive tape. I think a lot of the things that pre-wrap was designed for, you can get by with PowerFlex. So I'm going to argue that pre-wrap is unnecessary and outdated.
Interesting.
What do you got?
So I mean, this is going off of Merriam-Webster.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The
pre-wrap,
the Merriam-Webster definition of pre-wrap.
It's like the music before you start rapping.
A very thin layer of foam used to cover the skin before a supportive adhesive tape is applied to the sporting injury, especially to prevent the tape from adhering to or irritating the skin. First known use of pre-wrap as a verb, circa 1934. But
34? I said 44. Damn.
But as a noun, 1975. So what it's trying to say is, I think
it became where Merriam.
So people were using it as that's pre-wrap, like you put whatever, sure. But somebody invented the actual thing.
Okay.
In 75, maybe.
Okay. So you didn't hear any of my argument, I bet, because you were looking for that, which is fine. I
kind of did, I think.
I just said everything you said except for the hair.
Yeah.
You know, the patellar tendon straps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can get by with PowerFlex now. PowerFlex does all those things aside from maybe the hair ties.
Have you ever used PowerFlex as like a pre-wrap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
Okay.
I love it.
I never have.
It's way better.
Like just so you don't irritate somebody's skin.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I'm not going to lie. Pre-wrap, I fucking hate using it. It rolls up. If you don't get it just right, it just PowerFlex, you can just, is that one roll.
Is that a little bit of a hot take right there? Pre-wrap is useless.
I think I just think
cohesive.
When it was invented, it was the shit, but it just became outdated because now we have a product that I find is better.
I mean, that's what PowerFlex was intended for, right? It was supposed to
pre-wrap?
Take over pre-wrap.
I think so. I don't.
And then we just kept finding more and more uses for it. I don't know. I mean, I honestly, I would agree. Pre-wrap is a foe. And number one, it rolls. It actually, pre-wrap is a pain in the ass in your kit. If you notice, because it'll not stick to other stuff, but it'll get caught on other things because it's just a different consistency. Or it'll unravel. It'll, I mean, all the above. I think it is a foe.
Tears.
It is a foe. I never used PowerFlex or any other cohesive as maybe a House cohesive. I think they just came out with one, right? We talked about it.
Yeah, when they did their sponsorship with us.
And I've never used it as a pre-wrap, like as a underneath white tape, thinking around somebody's ankle. I never tried it.
Kevin Joyce is on fire right now.
Is he really?
Said, pre-wrap is a friend because you can also use it to blow your nose. He goes, PowerFlex would be like a nasal dry rape.
Yeah. I'm definitely not blowing my nose with PowerFlex.
So, that's a good one. So
I will say, I think pre-wrap has.
I know we've done that.
A crap ton of other uses.
And pre-wrap is the cheaper alternative.
It is, but it's also.
But PowerFlex has got other uses too.
But this is my argument. As athletic trainers, one of the things we do best is we figure out alternative uses for other things, or we're really good MacGyvers, right? I mean, how many times have we talked about that? And if we need to fix something, if we need to hold something together, if we need to use an alternative device for whatever, we just figure it out. We just literally figure it out. And I think a lot of us have figured out how to use pre-wrap for other stuff.
Yeah. Kevin's out of here. He's out. Okay. So very good. If you are not a member of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast, you should get yourself a membership because you can come on and every once in a while we'll be like, hey, we need a topic. You can load it up for us. We can talk about what you want to talk about. So,
and you know what? Maybe we're just going to make some Candid Athletic Training pre-rep.
What would that look like? Just thumbs?
I think you could like print, like over and over thumbs on it, or you could print, I don't know. I think it'd be great. And then nobody use it because it's a faux.
Yeah.
Just sits on your desk.
All right, next topic.
Okay.
Where are we going?
Let's go fat.
Fat.
You text me this fat like 4 days ago.
Well, this is also courtesy indirectly of Mr. Nate Marsh.
What? Okay, Nate's been on this show way too much now.
Yeah, he's running the show. He's taking over. So the other day on social media, he combined some yellow and some blue Gatorade.
Oh.
And he said, what do people call it? And everyone gave their spiel on what it should be called.
Yellow and
green.
blue?
It's called green.
Yeah.
Because nobody calls it by a flavor. They just call it by the color.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So people were giving their 2 cents. And I was thinking about it. I said, and then he had a video of mixing it and making it. And he clearly did it wrong because he put the powder in first and added the water on top. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
He did it right.
I'm just kidding. We're going to have so much fun with that topic someday. So I was thinking, who would make a better athletic trainer between the two mixologists? Bartenders or baristas?
Bartenders or baristas?
Would a bartender make a better athletic trainer or a coffee barista, right? That's a barista.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it all weekend, and I think this is going to be could be a fun discussion because.
So the similarities.
There's going to be similarities.
They mix things together.
Yeah.
In order to make concoctions.
Yep.
Right? And then the things that they don't have to mix, they have knowledge of that. Like, a bartender's not mixing my beer. They're not making my beer, but they know what it tastes like, right? It's just same thing with like, if you wanted to pour yourself a nice, hot steaming cup of coffee in this mug, you know where to get it, candidathletictraining.com. But I expect my barista to say, hey, if you don't like, we'll say, super acidic coffee, you should get this instead, right?
Sure.
Those are the similarities. They have to have a knowledge base.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they both are. It's probably a little bit underappreciated how much they have to know, which I think is like an athletic trainer.
So what the difference is?
The difference,
right?
Let's talk about, I think the first difference is the actual clientele.
Consumer.
The consumer. So are our athletes more like the drunken 20-year-olds in the bar? Or are they more like the stuck-up
morning?
Like coffee snobs.
Give me my freaking Starbucks before I slit somebody's throat.
I said 3.5 creamers, not 3. Like which one's more similar?
Foam,
yeah.
Half calf.
Is this a Vente? I don't even know what that means. 20, right? 20 ounce, whatever.
It is. Talk about this.
Was that Romile? No, what was that? Vente.
No, it's
was that Romile? It was Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd
and Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, role model. No, not role models.
I think it was role models.
Was it role? Yeah, like they are like, it's kind of like the big sister, big brother program or whatever.
Yep.
That's role models. That's not role models.
For sure, it's role models.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
role models. All right. Yeah.
Wheeler.
Great movie, by the way. I actually
Sean William
love
Scott.
that movie.
I agree.
Love it. It's just funny that you know nothing about coffee. You know a little bit about bartending.
I mean,
you've worked. You used to run restaurants and have to help out behind the bar, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't drink and you don't drink coffee, so you don't know anything about those worlds. Ha! That's so funny. Now you're telling millions of people about this.
Kate Adcock said she's got both teams that are like bartenders and athletes that are like bartenders, and one that's like the coffee drinkers. I'd like to know more about that. How about this? So in the bartending scene, I think it's all about how fast can you get something done. In most like in a high volume bar, there's going to be some bars where it's like I'm going to order a really fancy drink.
Sure.
But for the most part,
James
it's
Bond martini.
volume. It's like, let's keep going. Let's knock this out as fast as we can. Where a barista might be able to take their time a little bit more, slow it down, really prepare. So I think the pace might be a little bit more like a bartender.
It's tough.
Are you disagreeing?
I don't know if I'm disagreeing yet, but I'm thinking about being a barista. And if I'm making,
Hold on, you're saying you're
I've always actually wanted to be a bartender, and I've always wanted to be a barista.
Okay.
Those are two jobs because I love both.
Sure.
At the same time, I think I'm glad I've never done either because I think I would have not enjoyed them as much as I think I could.
Nate said,
I would be, it'd be great is to be a bartender for like a Candid Athletic training bar, right?
Hell yeah.
And all the people that are coming in are all athletic trainers, getting off of their shifts, driving home from their tournament or whatever, and they come in and they get to talk candidly about athletic training.
First beer is free because you need it.
Hell yeah. That's a great motto. First beer free. But my point being with baristas, okay, if I'm a barista, somebody orders that drink, unless it's drip coffee that I don't have to wait for the pot to rebrew. If I'm, say, making an espresso drink, it's kind of constant of what you're doing. But there's nothing you can do about making that espresso brew faster to make that drink, right? So there is like this.
Is that like healing the injury? You still have to wait for the tissue to heal?
Or like it is, when you're managing a lot of things based on, I need you to go warm up for a couple minutes. I need you to go do your active stretches, your active exercises, whatever, while I'm handling this over here, while I'm handling that over there.
See, I see that as the bartender.
See, and I see the bartender.
I see the bartender tapping a beer, and while that beer's being tapped,
you're so right. You're asking.
You're going into the cooler.
Yeah, no,
you're turning around, grabbing some change.
So I think
you're doing the same. 4 things at once.
I think they're the same.
I don't know.
This is what I'll say. I think bartenders multitask. Baristas are a little more of an assembly line.
Okay, let's go back to the one point. Which customer base is more like our athletes?
This is really going to come down to
the drunken little kids or the snobby.
I don't know. It's really tough because a lot of our athletes are idiots, right?
The athletes don't know what they don't know, so I think it's like
drunk
the
people
bartender.
are idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple, drunk people are idiots. Now
we're cleaning up puke. How many pukers do you have at the coffee shop?
Not many.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of high demand people, right?
At the coffee shop.
And then you're expected to understand that they have had a tough morning. Just like you're expected to know everything about your athlete and why they're like cranky and I don't want to do my exercises today.
So the barista's also setting up their people for success.
Ooh, and starting there we go.
You're setting people up. You're setting your people up for
baristas. 1-0.
Well, I mean, in the big picture, they're like trying to.
Although, hey, bartenders help people get laid all across the country all the time.
All over. Hell, I don't think if it wasn't for a bartender, I don't think I'd be married right now.
Probably not.
My wife was hammered with the first night we met her.
Oh, that's the only reason.
Yeah, I know.
She fell in love with the Chad.
That's the booze talking.
She was like, you know what? This guy's never gonna be drunk around me. He can always take care of me.
This is actually a really tough question. This might be one of the tougher ones we've had. I don't know how to answer this one.
I think the barista is setting up.
Okay, hold on. What about emergency? Emergencies? Who's gonna be better?
You want to break it down that way?
Kind of, maybe, because I can't really like pick one.
100%
the bartenders.
No, bartenders are like, just get that drunk guy out of here. Like bouncer, get this. You're out of here.
Oh, could you imagine if we had bouncers? How much fun that would be.
Okay.
We need bouncers
All right.
in our ATRs.
Now we're talking.
Get this athlete out of here. He did not do his home exercise programs. You're out. You
That
just
would be
made my
great.
point. That would be awesome.
Well, no, I mean, but that's not the bartender.
That's okay.
but
That's what we need,
The
though.
bartending world,
Yeah.
how it operates, I think we should operate a little like that as athletic trainers, not like baristas. We shouldn't be a coffee shop. We shouldn't be, because I would also say
People are just hanging out for a long time. That's kind of
hanging out for well, that's bars too. But more than, I don't want to say all the time, but when you walk into a coffee shop, rarely are you walking in there being like, hey, tell me what to drink.
I'm going to put this up on social media right now.
Even though I was talking about being knowledgeable about the coffee and stuff, most of the time when you're going into your Starbucks or your whatever, we have Collectivo. If you're ever in Wisconsin, get yourself some Collectivo. I think bartenders are like, no, that's, I don't know. No, yeah. Bartenders, I think, often have to tell their consumer what to drink more than baristas have to tell their consumers what to drink. Meaning, athletic trainers have to tell their athletes what to do.
Yeah.
Versus
the barista just taking orders because your coffee people know what coffee
people,
they want.
Yeah, for the most
people
part.
that drink don't always know what they want.
Some people walk into coffee shops and that's the person that's at the front of the line, and everybody at the back of the line's like, "What the are you doing? Are you kidding me? You're asking what frou-frou like cappuccino latte you need today? Just order your drink." So, that's a point for the bartender. I don't know if we can stop. I don't know if we can answer this.
This is a tough one. I'm putting it on social media just because I want to know what people say.
I'm gonna put it right here too.
Yep. So we'll see what the people on the live stream say. I'm actually going to say bartender. I just think the multitasking is there in the bartender world. So I'm going to go with that. So we'll put it up here. Hopefully you're listening. Comment on our social media. Maybe if you've bartended or if you've been a barista in your life, please share a story on our social media about how it relates and how it correlates to being an athletic trainer. I would really like to hear those stories. And maybe we'll read them on a future episode. Because this is actually a really fun debate. It's one of the better fats we've had in a while, I think.
It's because they're so similar in their,
but there's small nuances that are
small nuances.
So
I wonder if what's easier to fuck up, a coffee drink or like a alcoholic drink?
I think it's easier to screw up a coffee drink because I think people are so particular about it, and 90% of what people order in a bar is a bottle or a tap beer, or like.
And if you're getting
people think like the mixed drinks are tougher. The mixed drinks are probably the same as a coffee drink, but the volume is way less. You're really just tapping beers, pouring bottles of wine, and getting bottled beers or bottled drinks. So,
Kevin Joyce,
what's that?
The music in the bar is closer to the ATR. No acoustic yacht rock in my room.
Oh, that's too bad. That's a good point.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
Kid wouldn't stop swearing. Hey, Rufus, show this kid the door. I like that. 100% we need
bouncers.
Traditional setting athletic trainers need bouncers.
Yeah.
That was great.
All right, Kev, let's do our F, Marry, Kill this week here. Okay. I was watching Dallas versus Minnesota Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
What a crappy game.
I did not watch it.
It was like 13-13 going in. It was just bad.
Too busy not uploading the episode.
Yeah. Kevin forgot to post the episode, everyone. It's his fault. Sorry about it. We'll get there. It's worth the wait.
What's great is most people aren't going to hear this until next week.
Or whenever you post it.
Maybe 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I watched one of the wide receivers at the end of the game go off to the sideline, I think with a hamstring issue.
My hammy hurts.
And they showed him laying on the turf, seated on the turf, long leg position, with a softball.
How athletic training of you. Like you can't just say sitting on the turf.
Well, he wasn't.
Like he was long-legged.
Yeah.
He was not supine or prone. He was sitting up.
Yeah, he was upright with legs extended. But he had he was rolling his hamstring with a softball. And I was like, that's a unique choice.
What the fuck? I mean, cheap-ass Dallas Cowboys can't even buy, like, expensive
I'm
trigger
pretty
point
sure
balls.
it was a bright yellow.
You know what
it
you
was
should
neon
buy?
yellow.
I know a guy that has this really good connection with this company called Rad Roller. He might sell it out of his clinic. Whatever wide receiver that was needs to contact me because I'll get you a better thing than a softball.
I think it was... Okay, long sit. I think it was Amari Cooper.
Amari?
It was either Amari Cooper or CeeDee Lamb. I think it was
for
Cooper.
your fantasy teams.
Well, my fantasy
Lamb,
team,
man.
if Graham Gano doesn't get 20 or doesn't get 14 points tonight, I lose.
Graham Gano. You need Graham
14
Gano.
He's had a 22-point kicking game this year already.
Okay.
And he's had a 13-point game, so it's not out of reach.
It's not out of the reach.
I did bench somebody that put up 14 points for somebody that got 0. Thank you very much. I stand by that decision.
Can you tell me who that is?
I benched Tyler Lockett, who's done nothing.
Okay.
In favor of Emmanuel Sanders from Buffalo because I was playing against the guy that had Josh Allen. I was like, oh, well, hopefully he can mitigate some of Josh Allen's points.
You think way too hard on that.
0 catches. Well, Tyler Lockett's done nothing with Geno Smith as quarterback.
Nothing. He hasn't.
Nothing.
Correct.
So I benched him. Finally. I've been thinking about benching him for 3 weeks, and I just haven't done it. And then I benched him this week, and he had 14 points, which would have won me the week. Of course. Do
you want to know the answer to our poll?
Yeah.
5 votes.
3 to 2.
100%
bartender. Yeah. I see it.
I see it. Well, I'm sorry about your fantasy team.
That's okay. Yeah, I still could win. I probably won't because I don't deserve it. But anyways, so it got me thinking. Trigger point balls. I love trigger point balls.
Like the company, or do you mean?
No, just I love using a ball as a trigger point massage tool.
Wow, you like massaging balls? I mean, balls that you can massage. I mean,
please. This is the time for that. F, marry, and kill the balls. So, tennis ball.
Yes, Kevin Joyce.
Baseball. Softball.
Tennis ball, baseball, softball. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna kill the tennis ball.
Okay. Too soft?
Too soft.
Need something more firm.
Yeah. I mean there's other than people that have never done
first-timers?
any kind of like self-massaging. I do have my patients that are like new to the fitness world, new to like actually taking care of their body. You know what? If you want to actually, what are you doing down there? He's
cupping the balls.
Are you reaching for balls? Like what?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna pull out a tennis ball.
Drop my.
Oh
my! Just dropped it again. Yeah. It's not my night.
It's not your night. I think you should just leave it down there, man. You might as well leave it open. You're drinking it. See, this is what you're missing if you're not watching it live. Like if you aren't,
can't leave a cap.
If you aren't seeing
because what's
what
gonna happen
Chad's doing right now, he's acting like a beached whale trying to freaking paw something back up to his shoe.
If I don't cap my soda, I'm gonna knock it over and spill all over the healthy roster table here at Brew Fitness MKE.
We'd have to go, Dan.
We're gonna need a smaller table skirt.
Do you think you could like reimburse? Chad spilled a soda on the Roadcaster. What do you think about sponsoring the show twice? Anyway, so where are we? Oh, tennis ball.
People are talking about lacrosse balls, and the reason we didn't do that because it's the obvious winner. It's the easiest best ball. It's for sure the best ball.
Way too easy.
So we wanted to, yeah.
This is what I'm going to give. The tennis ball has this. It's of the 3. It's the only one that isn't slippery.
Sure.
So it gets a little, like, particularly in that wide receiver's case, sometimes when you have clothing in between, if you aren't on something like a lacrosse ball, but a tennis ball also pretty slippery on like.
Could you imagine if it like slid out and like onto the field?
Oh God!
Because he was like literally right up. Because I think you ended up going back in like a a play or two later.
Yeah, I mean, like we used to use like in baseball, I would tape around a baseball for guys to use. I would either do like Power Flex or I would do white tape, whatever, so that it was grippier, right?
Absolutely.
Tennis balls can get slippery too on clothing. I'm still killing it. I'm killing it. I'm gonna marry the softball.
Wow.
I'm gonna marry the softball. I think the density of a softball, which is a little softer than a baseball, you're not gaining anything from the baseball. But what I gain in the softball, I gain gut smashing, which sometimes we've talked about on the podcast, but that's like rolling out your gut with a larger ball.
That is a solid point.
I gain hamstring.
Gut smashing is something I don't do nearly enough. That's a great comment. Me personally need to do more of it. Just
you more than anybody in the history
because
of mankind.
My insides shit ain't right.
Not only is your shit ain't right, but those deep hip flexors on you are probably guitar strings for sure. I guarantee it.
I focus a lot on my TFLs.
You need to focus deeper. You need nice. So I think that means I'm effing the baseball from the simple standpoint of it's, I don't know, hard. Sometimes it's called a hard ball, so I'm going to F it. Nobody wants anything soft that they're going to be effing, so. Well, that's not true.
Where am I going with this topic? For fuck's sake, boys. I actually think I'm going to kill the hardball.
Okay.
Only from the point of, I think sometimes people think more is better, and it's not always the case.
Okay.
I think we're focused so hard on it has to hurt more. We're not focusing on the right thing. So
That's
I want
true.
to get rid of that a little bit. I think I'm going to F with the tennis ball. I actually do like taping two tennis balls together, using it right along the paraspinals. I like.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if I use a softball, it is a little bit too soft. However, if I can get onto a trigger point and actively use that muscle, I think it's going to be a little bit more beneficial than just smashing something.
Smash it.
I also wouldn't, I think a lacrosse ball in some really sensitive, sorry, not a lacrosse ball, a tennis ball in some sensitive areas is probably advised.
What kind of sensitive areas are you talking about, though?
The sensitive ones.
I mean, I don't roll out my sensitive areas.
Can you imagine that?
I'm not really into that stuff.
So I think I have to marry the softball too, although I don't want to. Because I think sometimes, actually, you know what? I'm going to marry the tennis ball. I'll marry the tennis ball. I'll F with the softball because I do think there are some areas. I think it actually is too big for most things. But there are a few areas of the body that I think bigger is better. Like, I think a gut smash is fine, a hamstring. But, like, I wouldn't want to do TFLs with a softball. I wouldn't, maybe glutes. I just think sometimes if you're really trying to find a trigger point, you want something a little bit tinier. Because a trigger point's not like your whole thigh.
No.
Man, this got really... Do you want to read some of the comments? You want to scroll back and see if there's anything good?
You know what? I mean, I think you need to be on the live show in order to understand.
Kevin Joyce says a pec minor release is a small ball. That's a good point.
Sure.
So
I can also do that with a softball, though.
With those pecs, you sure can.
Manly picks. So big.
Okay.
So strong.
Fast and strong. All right, we're gonna do our top 5. Do we have anything else on this? No.
I don't want to say size is everything.
Dylan says it's not the size of the ball, but it is the motion of the ball.
Or the consistency of the firmness. That's
poor Abby. She's so outgunned on this live stream.
But
Did Kate get in here?
Come on.
Kate
she holds her own with everything.
Are you helping out here, Kate? Oh God. All right. What did I do here? Top 5. Kevin, we asked 100 athletic trainers.
Yeah.
Name an item left in your ATR by an athlete. So what are they leaving behind? They walk out and you're like, oh, here we go, picking up after so-and-so.
Well, it's never their wallet. I'll tell you that much.
Never?
Never the wallet.
Mm.
Although that's not true.
We got 2 for wallet, but that didn't make the top 5.
I've had a few athletes leave their wallet in the athletic training room, and
hopefully it's not when you're in the minor leagues, hopefully it's in the professionals.
And what I was going to say is if anybody knows my history of my athletic training room career, it was either people that had a lot of money or no money.
Yeah.
But, all right. Number 1, their water bottle.
Kate just got back. She said she was dealing with dog issues. She wished she was paying attention because she's dying at the comments. So, sorry.
What kind of dog issues?
Yeah, what kind of
dogs?
What kind of dog you got, Kate?
We had a super scary dog thing happen this weekend. Like a public service announcement right now. And my now sister-in-law, she forever. So my dog has a lot of energy. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
My dog's got a lot of energy. He likes playing. When he gets around my sister-in-law's dog, sister-in-law's dog is a little older, not like old, but like we're gonna give him. I think he's like 6 or 7, something like that, maybe 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. My dog's only 2, 3. Sometimes he's a little like, hey, stop it. Like you got too much energy. But sometimes he's like, hey, let's play. And they do the whole, like, they jump up and, like, kind of, like, paws up to each other and blah, blah, wrestle. And
like our dogs do.
Yeah, totally. And she would always get so anal about taking off their collars when they were wrestling. And
your sister-in-law?
Yeah. And everybody, honestly, we were all like, what's really going to happen? Like, I mean, I don't think anything's really going to happen to either of them. Lo and behold, they're wrestling last night at this little, trick-or-treat party we're having. And her dog got its tooth stuck on my dog's collar and was choking my dog because it, like, spun. And that's how it got caught on his tooth. But he's, like, bleeding because his tooth, like, he didn't lose a tooth or anything, but, like, cut his gum or something. I mean, but my dog's, like, choking. Their dog is bleeding and crying because it's stuck in their collar. And there's, like, 4 people, like, in their mouths, like, trying to, like, unhook things. They're totally fine. Like, everything was fine. But holy crap. I mean, if you have a dog that wrestles with other dogs, take off their collars. Like, we will, like, it was kind of scary. It was kind of weird. Like, again, everybody's fine, but at the same time, wow, like, it was kind of scary. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. Dogs, balls, something.
Kate Adcock had a dog issue.
Oh, dog issue. Sorry, Kate. Sorry.
So top 5.
Yeah.
Something left in the ATR. Not wallet. Oh, you're gonna say wallet.
Not wallet.
Not wallet.
Water bottles.
Water bottles.
Number 2, garbage.
Oh.
Number 3, their phone. Number 4, their headphones. Number 5, I want, like, laundry, like their sock, their whatever. Like, we're always asking our athletes to take off their clothes, not in a weird way, but at times, hey, we got take off your sock. I gotta treat your foot, right?
Yep.
Take off your sweatshirt. I need to get to your shoulder. And then they leave it there.
All right, you did really well on this one.
I bet. Freaking athletes.
In fifth place.
Yeah.
So this is your top 5. In fifth place, 7 athletic trainers, socks.
Socks.
In fourth place, AirPod or holders, like the case for the AirPods. So either the AirPod itself or the charging case.
Is that included in headphones?
Yeah.
I mean, they're headphones.
Yeah. In third place, 11 athletic trainers said phone.
Am I going to get all of them? Is this gonna be
Nope,
the first
you
one?
got 4.
Dang it.
Second place, well, you'll see. In second place, 19 people said shoes.
Oh, duh.
Leaving your shoes.
Which is amazing sometimes, right? Like you walked in here with shoes.
Yeah.
And then when you walked out, you weren't like, oh, my shoes.
Yeah. And in first place, 23 people said water bottle.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I did separate. 3 people said slides, which I know are kind of a type of shoe.
Yeah.
And then a couple other people said cleats. So shoes might be the number one answer, depending on, I just broke it up.
And water bottle, like, so you have your water bottle that reusable.
Yep.
I think more and more people are going that route. But the amount of 1/4 drink water bottles or Gatorade bottles,
Plastic.
like,
We get a lot of those left right now, and nobody's supposed to have them in our ATR, but they get left every day. There's someone.
My God, like seriously, like why'd you even take it? You drank this much of it, but then 2, like, well, 1, drink it all.
Yeah.
2, throw it out.
Let's see.
What do you got?
Others of note, not really anything crazy.
I think they're still talking about balls and like.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Our live listeners just absolutely sick. Gosh,
somebody left a fishing pole.
A fishing pole
in the athletic training room once.
I want to be the athletic trainer for a fishing team. How great would that be?
How about lotion? Someone BYOL.
Lotion.
Bring your own lotion and leave it there.
Wowie.
A plant pot.
What? Marijuana?
A plant pot.
Oh.
Like a ceramic pot that you would put like a plant in.
Okay.
Toy car? A toy car.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Okay. I look down. Don't need to go risk.
I can't do it because
the tip can get the job done.
You need to go to our YouTube and just.
Some of your mothers need to listen to this. Jeez.
If you listen to this in audio form, this podcast, you may want to just check it out on YouTube.
Whoa.
Just once or twice.
Elbow deep.
The comments are worth the price of the admission, which is free to watch us on YouTube. Just if you do, make sure you hit subscribe and follow along and hit the bell for notifications because we'd love for you to watch us on YouTube.
Absolutely.
How about this? Underwear and bra.
Underwear and bra. What are you doing in your athletic training room?
I don't want to know.
Damn.
And then somebody left a weave. Somebody left a weave in the ATR. That's fun. Not too long ago, our neighbors left a weave in our plant garden outside our house. I don't know if you knew that, Kevin.
I didn't.
Julie was
I'm
less
not
than
surprised.
pleased. Yeah, they left a weave in our garden out front.
I'm sure after they were having Fight Club in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Spit bottle.
Oh,
a little spitter.
We used to have a lot of those.
So that's fun.
A lot of those. Baseball world.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're going to do our feature topic. It's actually very similar to this, but it'll be fun.
Can't believe we're through all those
Let's
topics.
do feature topic.
Dun, dun.
All right.
Dun, dun.
So, 22 minutes ago, we put up bartenders versus baristas. This is going to be a pretty interesting one. Actually, right now, it's 80% bartenders, 18% baristas. So, it is really running away with it, which surprises me.
I didn't see this. You see Abby's tweet?
No.
She said, I owe you guys for real. My kids tell me that it's fun to watch me when I'm on live stream. Apparently, me talking to the computer and cracking up a lot is amusing. Apparently, she talks to the computer.
I hope she's talking right now. I hope she's saying wrist deep. Wrist deep.
And her kids are just like, what, Mom? Yeah. Mom? What are you doing?
So we asked on social media, Candid_ATC, what's the strangest thing someone has ever asked if you have it in your kit? Do you have blank, ... And here what the people said.
Oh, that's interesting.
Elizabeth L. Sturtrit. These are my favorite episodes where we just read what you all say.
Yes, because you've had all great experiences that...
Yeah, this is fun because honestly, I want to see what's out there.
And it's been so long that I've been in a traditional setting, and by so long, meaning 3 years, it reminds me of some of the crap that I saw.
Do you have nail polish?
Yes.
Pitcher couldn't read the signs the catcher was putting down during night game. Ended up with taping her tips of fingers with white tape. I've had white nail polish in my kit ever since. I mean, white out.
White out. I never had nail polish. I always had white out.
White out.
But I also had the fancy game signs too, because I had, believe it or not, I had athletes.
This is when you say go to touch signs.
Yeah.
Don't put down fingers. Everyone can see that. Just go to the touch signs.
I also had athletes that couldn't see the white very well, like they needed orange or they needed the green, and that it was bad.
All right, I gotta read this one.
Read it.
Rick Burkholder.
Oof, he's got some stories.
He's
busy right now though.
He's busy. They're in a game right now.
He better be on the live stream soon.
Yeah. he said a kicker. Wait, Patrick, hold up.
If Rick's got to get on the
live stream is on.
If
Call timeout.
Listen, if he's got an AirPod in his freaking ear, you know what he's doing.
They're
He's got the live stream on.
What the Cowboys did last night.
He's not doing anything else but listening to the live stream. Oh, Rick, good for you, Rick.
He said a kicker asked me for mouthwash during an NFL game once.
I totally had mouthwash. I had mouthwash in my kit.
Not me.
But it was for a much different reason though.
Okay, so Elizabeth Sturcher said nail polish.
Butt plug.
Shanita Melvin said nail polish remover, which I had, so my gymnast didn't get deducted points for her color.
Oh.
All right, you got the one just repeated. I heard it, and I've read it. I just need to make sure that it really happened.
Sebastian Plant. I'm assuming Plant, not Plante, but Plant Nation. I kid you not. Butt plug. I've had bad diarrhea. I was asked for a diet, and then Gary Williamson responded, I was asked for a diaper for somebody with the same issue. And that would have made much more sense, but a butt plug.
Mike Hopper said a stapler. Cheerleader had torn her undershirt in her armpit, and cheer coach thought we'd have a stapler in the kit.
Have you seen my stapler?
And I haven't. My swing line.
Have you seen my stapler?
Oh God.
Nail polish remover, I understand. High school, I would actually have it in high school because you don't know the random ref that's going to be like, you have nail polish on, and it's not your school colors. Technical. Had a ref at Mike Carroll, MJCATC. I've had refs ask me, hey, by any chance, do you have my insert prescription blood pressure medication? No, I can't carry your prescription meds. Sorry.
Brian Patafi said, pre-cell phone and internet, a player was leaving the bench to go use the washroom and asked me if I had something to read in my medical bag.
Happen to have the latest Time magazine in your bag.
Anything I can read.
Standing on the sideline, Matthew Fowler. Hey, do you have any Windex? I don't like Windex. What would you need Windex for?
Melissa at Perkins ATC underscore ATC said a blue Sharpie to draw on her skin where she had a hole in her blue spandex.
Oh, that's a good one. You could use clean glasses.
Yeah.
Right? Sweet and low. Vince O'Brien. V. O'Brien, 1003. That's an interesting handle. Sweet and low, which he had.
That's incredible.
But I mean, why would? Of course, you had sweet and low. If you drink coffee with sweet and low, you're gonna put it in your kit. Because what is our kit? Our kit is also like, what do I forget? What are the weird things that I forget every once in a while? And like, you know what? You go get a coffee at the concession stand or something, or whatever you're working. Oh man, if I just had sweet and low.
How about Chris Blocker? A can opener, as he had his own lunch, different from the team, but forgot to bring one.
Ooh.
Dylan, not Dylan Campbell, but Dylan, parentheses, Steelers 3-3, condom.
Oh, hey.
He's just providing condoms nowadays here to the kids.
Hand them out.
Only Abby at middle school.
Preventative.
Enjoy your 2 minutes.
I like this one. Naomi, at Naomi176. Hey, you got any playing time in that bag?
That's awesome.
That one's great.
That would actually be my favorite athlete. Just
oh god,
so like in tune with what's going on. You got any playing time? Did you read the Vicodin?
Vicodin.
Melissa?
Like sure, yeah.
At MLP 179 Vicodin. Like sure, I carry.
Yeah.
Everywhere
I go.
Snoring medication. Isaac Horsch.
Megan Smith. Floss. I once had a coach low-key get mad at me because I didn't have floss for her to use. I've had floss in my bag ever since.
I had an athlete bring floss and give it to me just because he wanted to have a backup floss.
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I always had floss. One of the same reasons I had some mouthwash too. But I always had floss because it was one of the weird things that somebody would ask for, and I forever had it.
I think we got most of them. Zolfran or any anti-nausea medicine. Thank you, Regina Wright.
I always had that stuff too, though. Morphine. Jeez.
Jason Roberts.
Man.
And then Jenna Arnold. This is a good response. Food. She said, I might have food, but it's for me. It's not for you.
that is for me.
Oh, snoring medication. Isaac Horsch. So have you had anything that sparked a memory for you?
What it sparks is not like we've talked about this. Like,
I mean,
this
weekend,
least used things in your kit ever, right? I've reiterated that like I've added things to my kit because that one person asked for it 5 years ago, and so I never take it out because just in case, I do want to be that person that has everything for you. Which is ridiculous, but at the same time, what it really made like this conversation, all the random crap. Now, I'm not going to keep a condom or something like that in my bag, but like
not my kit, but my wallet.
I mean,
it's a few years old.
I don't know. It's probably expired.
Wait, what? How old are you? You still use condom?
No.
Oh shit! What is this, high school?
I don't.
Too soon.
All the things that I would just keep, or what happens is these weird things, floss or Zofran or anti-nausea, like or even food, like I all of it is like
knives and spoons for peanut butter and
all of a sudden. We start carrying that stuff. And it's the classic athletic trainer thing to do.
Well, I'll tell you why I posted this weekend, because I was at the cross-country meet down in Indiana, and my coach asked if I had a screwdriver and or needle-nose pliers because they couldn't get their removable spikes out of their cleats.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, no, I don't have a needle-nose pliers in my kit. Maybe I should, but I don't.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
For the cleats?
I mean, it might have been for cleats, might have been for I don't know. But I definitely had a needle nose in my kit. Never used it. Not once. So I mean, I probably figured out how to use my scissors for other stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's very. I don't know. Where's the line? When do we draw the line? I think condoms are that's a decent line.
No, I think I think it's fine.
uh, well, yeah, you were in the college setting. Chad, Chad,
I don't want
going straight to a party after this. Chiefs, by the way, Rick. I just had Chiefs.
Oh, good.
Where's the line of what we carry? It was blurry.
I know it's very blurry.
It was a.
I think
really
it actually,
line.
if people have to ask or tell me that I need it, I don't think I should need it. I think I should know. Well, never mind. Whatever. I could be wrong.
Well, I think what's interesting, I always had this little pride in my athlete that would come up to me and say or ask for something. They're like, "Hey, by chance, do you have X?" And I'd be like, well, you know what? I do. And it'd be something random, right? It would be a needle nose pliers.
Yeah.
It would be like something that all of a sudden changed their day. And it was a little like, boop, little point for Kevin all the time. I loved it. But
it is a small victory. Every time you're like, always be prepared. Bills.
Yeah.
Bills Mafia. Freaking Emmanuel Sanders. I'm only down Giants, 10 points, 4 points for Gano. I'm only 10 away. It's not going to happen. Looks like Kevin Joyce is going to win.
Kevin Joyce?
Fun topic. More to come.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you want to talk about now? The end of the show?
Yeah. Seriously, if you're listening to this in audio form and you've stuck around to the end, an hour and 12 minutes in here, thank you for listening. But you might want to, if you're staying to the end and you enjoy this show, you get yourself a membership and come. The live stream comments are worth the price. It's so much fun. These people are amazing. They're so much fun. They make it every week is like a party. Just bring out the best in all of us, or the worst, depending on how you believe.
I think it's the best.
So
that's why we do it, to have these kind of conversations right here. And we just spent the last, half hour to 45 minutes. The beginning of the show, I don't think we were laughing that much. Halfway through, we started laughing.
Flipped switch. So
you were talking about your career and stuff. Like, that's not funny.
No, but that's real world.
That's what you get with Candid Athletic Training. You get real world and you get some fun and funny things.
It can't all be serious, otherwise we all end up
exactly. Some people
in an asylum.
I've actually had some really cool conversations recently about why we do this podcast. And the biggest reason is that I think real conversations need to be had with some sense of humor. And that's what we've always had together. And we said, why not put some microphones in front of us and share it with everybody else? And so that's what we tried to do. So if you're down for that, you know what? Tell your friends, tell other athletic trainers, tell other healthcare professionals.
That's the key.
I think these conversations also haven't happened with other healthcare. Thanks, Hannah. We you know what? You're very sweet for dropping in.
Wait, she just joined us at the very end of the show, and she just dropped an itchy dick.
I see itchy dick.
That's all.
That's
it.
all I see.
Mic drop. Hannah shows up, and Mike drops itchy dick.
CandidAthleticTraining.com if you want to sign up for our membership to hear us live. Or get yourself some swag. Get yourself this cup right here. Things like that. You know what? Head on over to that CandidAthleticTraining.com too to see more about Healthy Roster. See more about what I do for a living. I own a clinic. It's called Structural Elements, and I work on all humans and not just athletes. I just try to treat them as athletic trainers have been treating athletes for years and years and years. So, and I think it's great that I've been able to do that. My good friend here, Chad, is now going to be able to see all those regular humans out there and treat them the same as he has treated all of his athletes for years and years and years and years as well. And it's really fun. So if you want to learn more about that, CandidAthleticTraining.com, hit that link for Structural Elements with all the friends of this show. Not only that, MedBridge, your CEUs are coming up. If you're like me, you need to get a lot of CEUs still. And so head over to MedBridge, get yourself $175 off.
I'll be doing it with you.
Oh gosh, we both will, right? We're gonna be cramming some videos. $175 off. That's a pretty dang good deal. All right. Get that link from our website. If you're having troubles with anything, we can help you out with it.
Abby needs it.
Abby needs it.
She texted us today.
All right,
tweeted at us today. We need
we'll
an email.
send it to you.
We're gonna send it to Abby right after the show. We're gonna get you that code for your $175 off.
Absolutely. That being said, thank you, Healthy Roster. Thank you, Brew Fitness here in Milwaukee, for hosting us physically. Thank you, Healthy Roster, for making this live podcast happen and
hosting us mentally.
Oh God. All right, let's sign off.
All right, we'll see everybody next week.
Bye.
Love y'all.